Yo, hey guys, what is up? It's JJ Tech here, back again with another video. And today I've got you another iPhone video. But today, as you all know, the iPhone 11, 11 Pro, and 11 Pro Max just got unveiled a couple days ago. And today I'm going to be talking about whether you should get the iPhone 11 or 11 Pro. I'm going to be going over the specs of each of those phones. And then at the middle or end of the video, whenever, I'm going to have a little surprise for you guys. Alrighty, so as you know, the iPhone 11, 11 Pro, and 11 Pro Max just got unveiled at the Apple event. And I thought it was interesting enough to make a video on it. So that's basically what I'm doing today, talking about the key specs of the phones. And like I said, which one you should get, the 11 or the 11 Pro. And let's start off with these specs because, I think a lot of people will get interested in the specs. Now this year, we do have a completely new chip. And if you guys catch me looking over here, it's because I got the iPad over here and looking at the specs and reading it. So with the new iPhones across the 11 and the 11 Pros, we will have an A13 chip. The A13 Bionic or Fusion, whatever they're calling it, is going to be across the 11s and the 11 Pro. And that's, compared to the A12 Bionic, I heard it's not a huge difference, but obviously there's a bit of an upgrade. And in the RAM department, we're going to be getting 4 gigabytes of RAM for the 11, and for the 11 Pro series, we're going to be getting 6 gigs of RAM. So this year, we're finally getting a bit of a push in RAM this year. Even though the iPhones didn't really need it, you got that RAM upgrade. Now for the iPhone 11, it's supposed to be the iPhone XR successor, and for the 11 Pro, that's supposed to be the XS, and for the 11 Pro, it's supposed to be the successor of the XS Max. So you guys can kind of see the pattern here, and to be honest, it's not really that much of a huge upgrade from the previous iPhones, but you do get some substantial differences in the camera department. Now for the standard iPhone 11, which is the cheapest model, and I put in air quotes because it's not really cheap, even though it is a lower starting price this year. I'll get to that. It's not really cheap. But onto the cameras. With the iPhone 11, you're going to be getting, from the iPhone XR, you know how you had one camera? For the iPhone 11, you're going to be getting an additional camera, so that's 2, and they're both going to be 12 megapixels. One is going to be the standard and the other one is going to be the wide. Now for the iPhone 11 Pros, it's a bit different because you're going to be getting upgraded from the XS from 2 cameras to 3 cameras with the 11 Pros. Now keep in mind, don't get it confused. The 11 Pros are the only ones that have the 3 cameras, and they're all 12 megapixels, but there's going to be a wide, an ultra wide, and a telephoto. So you are going to be getting that addition of the telephoto lens. But honestly, I don't really think people really care about the telephoto lens. And I think 2 cameras is just enough. And with the front-facing cameras, you're also going to be getting an upgrade from 7 megapixels to 12 megapixels across the whole iPhone 11 series. So basically from the iPhone 11 to the Pros, they're all going to be the exact same cameras, just that one addition of the telephoto lens with the iPhone 11 Pro. So yeah, I'm going to throw up some images here of how the iPhone 11 Pro or whatever cameras are going to look here. As you can see, it looks pretty good. I have an image here, and it looks pretty good. It looks definitely a bit better than last year's camera. Now, according to Apple, the iPhone 11 Pro will be getting 4 more hours of battery life compared to the XS. Now, that right there is a marginal difference. Now, for the 11 Pro Max, you're going to be getting 5 hours more compared to the XS Max from last year. So that's even more of an upgrade. Now, for the iPhone 11, the regular one, that one's going to be getting 1 more hour of battery life, which isn't a huge difference. But to be completely honest with you, it didn't really need it, just because the iPhone XR already had the best iPhone battery life last year. So honestly, that doesn't even matter. Now you're going to be getting 4K video for both the front and the back cameras. As you can see, they have an addition of 4K in the front-facing cameras, which is huge. And they're calling this slow motion video thing called Slow-Fies. So yeah, it sounds pretty dumb, Slow-Fies. I don't think anyone's ever going to say that. It's probably the last time you're going to ever hear me say Slow-Fies. So yeah, they're basically just slow motion video for the front-facing cameras as well as the rear cameras. So yeah, you're probably thinking, well, we already had slow motion video. But the difference is that this time you're getting it in the front. Now you will be getting iOS 13 on board from the factory, so when they ship, you open up that iPhone, it will already have iOS 13 pre-installed. Now on to the colors, which is the favorite part of everybody. The colors. Now I'm going to start off with the iPhone 11. Now starting off with the colors of the iPhone 11. You're going to be getting a white color, green, purple, black, yellow, and of course the product red. So you are going to be having 6 different colors. That looks to be about exactly the same as last year, but looks like they removed the blue color and the coral color, and they added the green and the purple, and I will be showing them on screen, and just so you guys can see the differences between the colors. Now let's get on to the 11 Pro color. Now for the 11 Pro colors, now there are a little bit of less options with the iPhone 11 Pro, but that's to be expected. Starting with space gray, then you get silver, gold, which is a little bit different than last year's gold, so I will be showing that on screen so you guys can see the difference, and a new addition, midnight green. Now to be honest guys, this midnight green is probably something I would get, just because it doesn't look too dark or light. It's just right. It's kind of like that army green, and I think that's probably the best color of the bunch. So yeah, those are the colors of the iPhone 11 and 11 Pros. Pretty good color options. I'm pretty surprised at Apple this year that they introduced a new color for the 11 Pro. Now base storage for the iPhone 11 will be at 64 gigabytes all the way to 256. So there'll be 3 options: 64, 128, and 256 gigabytes for that iPhone 11. And for the iPhone 11 Pros, it'll start at 64, go from 64 to 256, then all the way to 512. So I'm a little bit disappointed that they're starting it off with 64 gigabytes. It really just doesn't make any sense why you even have 64 gigabytes as an option. You should start with 128 going all the way to 512. I just really don't understand why Apple just keeps doing this. It's kind of annoying. On to the prices, which is everybody was probably waiting for this, and here are the prices for the iPhone 11. Now for the iPhone 11, the 64 gigabyte base will start at $699. If you move up to the 128, it'll be at $749, and if you go to the 256, it'll run you $849. And those are for the iPhone 11s. Now for the 11 Pro, it's going to be starting at $999 for the 64 gigabyte. For the 256, it's going to be run you $1149, and for the 512, it's going to run you $1349. So that is a huge difference compared to the iPhone 11. Now let's look at the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Now for the iPhone 11 Pro Max, the prices are absolutely huge. For the 64 gigabyte, it's going to run you $1,099, so basically $1,100. For the 256, it's going to run you $1,249, and for the maxed out 512 gigabytes, it's going to run you $1,449. So $1,500 for the maxed out model, which is outrageous. Phones are just getting out of the water with these prices. And yeah, so if you want that 512, yeah, you're going to be paying a pretty penny for this phone. So overall, these phones definitely have a substantial upgrade. Now I didn't talk about the resolution of the displays because it will be exactly the same as last year for the iPhone 11 Pros and for the iPhone 11. And I was a little bit sad to see that they didn't upgrade the resolution for the iPhone 11. It remains exactly the same. Pretty much the only thing that changed was the camera for the phones, because the size of the displays remain exactly the same. Like I said, just some addition of some new colors. But yeah, pretty much the main upgrade here is the camera department. But other than that, pretty much the same as the iPhone XRs and XSs. Now they are going to be released September 20th, and I heard they're selling out pretty much everywhere worldwide. So looks like they're selling pretty good this year, unlike last year, which the iPhone XSs were just completely failing. But this year we come to see a huge difference in sales. Yeah, pretty good substantial upgrade. Like I said, the main upgrade that they're trying to show off here is the cameras. So yeah, should you upgrade from your iPhone XR, which I've got in my pocket here? Should you upgrade from the iPhone XR to the iPhone 11? To be honest, it kind of depends. If you really love the camera thing and you really need that additional camera, go for it. For all means, go for it, because you are getting an also substantial upgrade on the front camera. Something I did forget to mention, that something that Apple introduced this year was night mode. And I know pretty much every other Android manufacturer has night mode. As we all know, Google is the one that started it with this kind of night mode thing, and now Apple has it with their iPhone 11s. And so basically when you're in the dark, it'll sense that it is dark and it'll automatically turn on the night mode. You can't manually turn it on, but at least it has it. And from the samples that I've seen, which I will show up here, it looks to be a pretty good difference. So even though Apple's a little bit late on the night mode thing here, at least they're bringing it to their new iPhones. So yeah, basically if you really want that extra camera and that upgraded camera in the front, go for the iPhone 11 by all means. But other than that, you really shouldn't upgrade. I mean, the prices are a little bit cheaper. It is starting at $700 this year. So if you can find a good deal, maybe it will be a good upgrade from the XR to the iPhone 11. But if you have the XR and you want to upgrade to the 11 Pros, that's a little bit different because you are going to be getting 2 additional cameras and you are going to be getting a little bit of a bigger display for the iPhone 11 Pro. But that's pretty much it. Higher resolution and a bigger display and that additional camera. So just 3 things, but definitely I didn't think Apple would go crazy this year for their iPhones, but I definitely didn't think they were only going to be doing a small upgrade. But hey, at least it's an upgrade. But yeah, definitely not really worth the upgrade to the iPhone 11 from the XR. And if you have a XS and you want the iPhone 11 Pro, it's even less worth it because you're already getting 2 cameras with the XS. So it really is up to you. But if you do find a good deal, maybe it will be a good thing to upgrade. I said I was going to be kind of surprising you. It's not really a surprise. It's more of kind of a surprise for me. I didn't think this was going to happen. I was thinking of getting the iPhone 11 because I looked at the prices and it turns out you can get, since it's cheaper, you can do a trade-in with your old iPhone. And I checked, and if you do a trade-in for the iPhone XR to the iPhone 11, it's going to run you $350. So that is a huge difference. You're going to be paying $15 monthly, which is less than what I pay now. So yeah, might be getting that iPhone 11. Definitely stay tuned. Now the other thing is, I was also thinking about getting that Galaxy Note 10 Plus. I also looked this morning to see the prices, to compare the two, because that Galaxy Note 10 just looks so good. Now you guys are probably going to give me some hate, just because I got this iPhone barely like 10 months ago. I'm almost going to have a year with this phone, but not even a year yet. So I know you're probably thinking there really is no need for you to upgrade, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, if the price is exactly the same, and it'll be good content for you guys as well. I'm also thinking about the channel. But yeah, definitely go in the top right hand corner of the screen up here and let me know, should I get the Galaxy Note 10 Plus or the iPhone 11? Definitely stay tuned, and whichever one you guys vote for, I might be getting. So yeah, vote up here in the iCard, which one should I get? So yeah, overall a pretty good upgrade. But overall, I really think that it's worth to get the iPhone 11 the most. It just brings all the features. Pretty much the only thing you're losing is that extra third lens, but that's pretty much it. So yeah guys, that's pretty much today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'm sorry if I didn't do a post for last week. It's because I really wanted to wait for the iPhones to get announced to make this video, so that's why I didn't really upload last week. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Follow my Instagram down below. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.